So if you've never used Garden Tone before, and perhaps you are wondering what it looks like, this is what the Garden Tone fertilizer looks like. It's little pellets. It smells very similar to fish emulsion. Emulsion? I'm saying that wrong. It smells very similar to fish emulsion. You do not want to touch this stuff with your bare hands, which is why I'm wearing the gloves. They burn whenever they touch stuff like this. Your Garden Tone will continue feeding your plants for 4 to 6 weeks. In the winter, it usually is around 8 weeks. What is the NPK in the Garden Tone, and why is it so important? So this NPK is 3-4-4. 3 nitrogen, 4 phosphorus, and 4 potassium. In here, there is also calcium, magnesium, some sulfur. This is a pretty good, well-balanced, starting out toning up your garden, amending of the soil. I'm going to clear out all of the big sticks first. Then I'm going to sprinkle this around, work it into the soil around, and then I'm going to water it in well. The watering process isn't, I'm not trying to drown out everything. I want to get all the granulates that are here nice and moist into the soil so they can start releasing the fertilizer. Now I want to point out while I'm doing this, I'm not pulling the leaves out. The leaves are actually really good for your soil. As they decompose, they add some nutrients, nitrogen into the soil, which your plants need. So what I am removing is like these big twigs, little sticks like this, just the sticks that get in the way. I'm going to be doing this by the handful and just sprinkling it around the plants. It smells absolutely wonderful. I'm not trying to get the fertilizer on the plants. So I do not want to put this stuff directly on the plants. The intention is to put it around the plants. Water it in, it'll start feeding the soil. So why do you amend your garden soil? Well, the entire reason of amending the soil is to add nutrients back into it. Every time you plant something, it grows to maturity, or even if it dies, right? It does not fully get to maturity. The plant feeds from the soil. So the nutrients in the soil, the plant will suck it up and use that food for energy. Now, if you plant and plant and plant again in the soil without replenishing any of the nutrients that the plants are taking out of it, you're going to wind up with soil that is nutrient deficient. So if you want your plants to grow to fruition, I don't know why that came out so hard. If you want your plants to grow to maturity, let's just say this, amending your soil is absolutely and definitely worth it, important. You should do it, you know, those things. There are more ways to amend your soil than just using store-bought fertilizers. You can use worm castings, compost. I'd top off every season that I'm planting. I'd try to top the beds off with at least 2 inches of compost or soil that has a bunch of microbes in it. Look, I'm dirty, so I'm done. I'm getting bit up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We'll see you next time here on Hollowacreshomestead.